ROARS. I am Chris Kaler.
And I'm Amber Philosophies cosplay, and today we're back again, guys, with Fate Zero, episode 5. What happened last episode?
The fight has started between Saber and Lancer.
Yep.
I forgot his name already, but he uses 2 spears, and he can charm women with his looks. Apparently it's some kind of magic, although I don't know, the way he spoke about it, it could also just be because he's beautiful. But it was funny. It doesn't work on Saber though. Magic doesn't work on Saber, so it's a fair battle. His lances can erase mana, basically. They can negate mana, which is bad for Saber because her armor and her sword were basically covered in mana. So the armor doesn't do shit, mostly, and against the red spear, and the sword, which she was trying to conceal to keep her identity a secret, was unconcealed. So now they both know who is who and what their abilities are, and they can fight fairly.
Also, don't forget that the golden spear can wound you and you will not be able to heal.
Yeah.
So
give you a wound that you can heal. That's it. So she can't use one of her arms because of that. And we've got the Conqueror just joined the party. He's
Skandal.
I mean, he wants to fight them. There's honor in fighting other, great heroes from other eras, and he just wants to have fun. I mean, to the displeasure of his master, who's just along for the ride against his wishes.
Yeah.
But we think, we think we recognized Lancer's master. We think he might be the professor, the teacher.
That's a teacher.
Yeah, but he's staying in the shadows, and so is Kiritsugu, who is also looking at the scene and trying to kill Lancer's master before the fight goes on.
Yeah.
So everyone is looking at this. Everyone is waiting to see what's gonna happen. I hope no one. I can't hope no one will die, but I hope Saber doesn't lose at least.
People will die in that show. I'm pretty sure.
And that's the whole point, right?
People are supposed to die.
You can be defeated without dying, and those the fighters are spirits. They don't die, right? In any case, I am kind of rooting for Saber, so hopefully she's fine. We'll see how badass she can get with one arm. Let's jump in this episode and see what happens. Don't forget to subscribe, guys, if you want to know when these come out, and check out our Patreon for the full reactions.
In the meantime, let's watch it, guys.
I kind of like him. I don't root for him, but I like him.
He's got a great personality. Yeah, why not?
Yeah, that's not how they became known.
You just want to conquer the world.
And I'm like, as soon as you get the grill, you're probably gonna disappear, right? No respect.
許しがたい侮辱だ。私も一人の王としてブリ天国を預かるんだ。いかな大王といえど進化を下るわけにはいかぬ。
ブリ天の王とな。こりゃ驚いた。何しよう騎士王がこんな小娘だったとは。
その小娘の人たちを浴びてみるか。
Oh, this is triggering.
これは交渉決裂か。
This was a negotiation.
Join me.
I think the kid is starting to realize he picked the wrong summon. Although we haven't seen him fight, so maybe, maybe he can make up for this with his fighting skills. Would you kill the kid? That moron once conquered the world?
Your teacher.
Hey. I mean, it's your moment to shine and try to stick it up to him. It's the time for you to be strong. Especially against the teacher, like, if there's one of them that you want to defeat. Fuck you! Oh, thanks. Oh, he's so nice!
察するに貴様はこの坊主になり変わって世のマスターとなる腹だったらしいな。だとしたら肩腹痛
You're
い
not
の。
worthy.
世のマスターたるべき男は
Oh.
男に戦場を馳せる。
Like when they're alone, he bullies them, but he's like, no one else can bully this
He got
kid.
his back. He does have a point.
Well, he's being careful.
True.
おいこら、他にもおるだろうが、闇に紛れて覗き見しておる連中は聖杯に招かれし英霊は今ここに集うがいい。なおも顔見せをおじるような臆病者は征服王イスカンダルの無別を免れる者として。
Basically, no one was joining in, so we decided to call them. Oh, they showed up. And I mean, Gilgamesh would probably be like, oh yes, bitches. I don't want to face...
Not Gilgamesh, no.
俺を差し置いて王を称する不埒者が人よに2匹も湧くとはな。
I'm the king. No, I'm the king. No, I'm the king.
真の王たる英雄は天上天下に俺ただ一人。あとはうぞうむぞう
It
の
is
雑
a
種に過
conquest
ぎん。
arse.
It's a battle of dicks. Whose dick is bigger?
貴様も王たる者ならばまさか己の異名を
Aren't they supposed to not say their true identity, though?
雑種風情。我が拝謁の英によくしてなお、この綿棒を見知らぬと申すなら、そんな猛前は生かしておく価値すらない。
He's kind of badass, though. Oh, hey. Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck.
まさか
Does the hero who gets summoned as the Berserker just loses it? Like they get taken over by this?
まともな汁のあるマスターであれば、こんな戦略もへったくれもない混沌のただ中に、あえてサーバントを放とうとは思う
He's saying, well, he's still in there.
私の歌詞を続けろ。
His body's leaving him, but
誰の許しを得て俺を見ている
God,
狂犬め。
we know what type of king he used to be.
せめてチリざまで俺を教示させよ。雑種。
Why did you attack him? He looked at me funny.
やつめ、本当にバーサーカーか。
強化して理性をなくしているにしては
Yeah, okay, so the hero who gets summoned as Berserker loses his ability to think.
あの黒いのは先に飛んできた剣を難なく掴み取り、
Oh.
大逃撃の槍を打ち払った。
Oh.
その汚らわしい手で我が宝物に触れると、そこまで死に急ぐか、犬。
Jesus, fuck. Woohoo! You know when someone shows up in 3D, he's gonna kick ass. I can't really tell who's stronger.
知れ者が天に仰ぎ見るべきこの俺を同じ大地に立たせるか。
Gilgamesh has a temper?
No, you think?
It's easy to anger
さら
him.
にゲートオブバビロンを
He
解き放ってき
breathed.
ています。
So the gates of
furious.
Babylon is his
繰り返し衆を
noble
傷つけます
phantasm.
なんと軽率な
He doesn't care. He thinks he's stronger.
霊視をもって立て英雄王へ怒りを鎮め撤退を
They can do it 3 times, right?
Yep.
貴様ごときの還元で
Dude, you can't go against this though. Like,
大きく出たな時を見
okay. So he can be a bitch about it, but he's gonna do it.
He has to follow the others.
雑種ども次までにうぞうむぞうを間引いておけ俺とまみえるのは真の英雄のみで
I'm not sure if I actually like him or hate him. It might be both.
どうやらあれのマスターはアーチャー自身ほど豪気な太刀ではなかったようだな。
Oh, jeez.
そういうことか。あの黒いのが掴んだものはなんであれ奴の
Oh.
宝具になるわけか。
Interesting.
They did say they got him a very strong servant. If he touches her sword, do you think? And she's already wounded and stuff. Could he do that with another one's weapon? I wouldn't want to be summoned as a berserker. Ooh.
Thank you. But aren't supposed to be one against the other?
Yeah, I mean, he interrupted their fight. Like, I wounded her, so you're not gonna take that advantage.
何をしているランサー。セイバーを倒すなら今
He doesn't give a shit.
He wants to have a honorable fight.
I mean, no offense to his master. I feel like we need to take care of Berserker first, you know? Fuck. That's the time.
Iskandar, can you help us, please?
ランサー
Sorry.
アイリスピールこの場は私が食い止めますその隙に
With
セイバー
one
のあなただ
arm.
けでも離脱してくださいできる限り遠くまでアイリスピールどうか大丈夫よ
Iskandar, can you please help
あな
Saber?
たのマスターを信じて
Hey, okay. Can he do something?
今この場所ランサーのマスターをやる状況を打破できる手段は他にないまあ僕のカウントに合わせてアサシンを攻撃しよう5 4 3 2 1
Oh well. Thank you. Shit, you.
Being going over it with a shawl for the god. That's right.
For Zeus,
For
yeah.
Zeus.
なかなかどうして根性のあるやつ
That was a blow. He got trampled.
ランサーのマスターよどこから覗き見しておるか知らんがゲスな手口で騎士の戦いを汚すでないなおこれ以上そいつに恥をかかすというのなら世はセイバーに加勢
I do
す
feel bad for
二人
Lancer.
がかりで貴様のサーバントを潰しにかかる
Fucking leave. No one wants you here. Thank you.
今宵はここまでだ感謝する征服を
I feel so bad for Lancer. Yeah. I didn't know if I liked him in the beginning, but I think I'm liking him more and more.
セイバー左腕はまずはランサーと決着をつけて傷の呪いを解かないことには他のサーバントとの戦いにも差し障ります、ありがとうセイバーあなたのおかげで生き残れた私が前だけを向いて戦えたのは背中をあなたに
I mean, I could ship them too.
セイバー
So disturbing.
彼女こそ答えだあの美式面影神々しき座れあれこそは紛れもなく我が運命の乙女に他ならぬ
Got a little crush. What's
Please,
going
not the
on?
wife.
I was thinking Saber.
乙女よ我が聖書女よ
Yeah.
すぐにもお迎えに
So they knew each other.
Looks like it.
He is so disturbing. I was saying we need to take care of Berserker first, but maybe, you know.
Both of them.
And she'll have to get rid of Lancer before she can face anyone else with her two arms. You know. Anyway.
I I'm gonna look and see differences between the summons and the summoners. Some of them want to fight practically because they have a bigger goal to achieve. Some of them want to fight in the shadows. Some of them want to fight with honor. And some are just some jerks and stuff like who don't fight with honors and want to...
It depends on who they are and who they used to be.
Yeah, but I don't like the teacher's attitude.
No, me neither.
And his character.
Especially how he reacted to his student being there, you know, all condescending and be like, oh, I'm gonna show you, you know, how little you are, what a fucking worm you are. And I'm like, dude, fuck. Like, you're supposed to be a teacher.
It is said, though, that those who are not from ancient
he's looking at, he's taking this as an insult. He's taking this as an insult because he's seeing his student who basically opposed him in the class with his theory, and then the student decided to fight in the war, and the teacher probably sees him as himself as very worthy and strong and stuff, and then in comes the kid who wants to prove him wrong with not only you know, the right to fight in this war, but also the summon that he wanted.
But I do love what Iskandar said about his master. That
he got his back.
Yeah, he got his back, and he said that no one who is not brave enough to ride in my char. That's what chariot. Anyway, his cart
and his cart.
Yeah, have the right to become my master.
But then, like, he's saying that to boost the morale of his master because, like, other masters were also saying that Lancer's master was not being stupid by staying away. Like, fucking Kiritsugu also is staying in shadow because it's his thing, you know? Mm-hmm. You don't want to show your face to everyone, show where you are because you're an easy target.
Yeah.
Like, Kiritsugu almost killed a teacher. If it wasn't, I mean, he could still have killed a teacher. In my opinion, killing a teacher would have made things so much easier. But, there you go.
Yeah, it would have.
It would also have probably, you know, I think he was about to kill him because he really had no choice, but it would have put him on display for others to see, you know. They would have noticed that, oh shit, because they didn't know where Berserker's master was, and they probably, considering Gilgamesh showed up, and they knew his master, you know, talked to him and stuff, they probably knew that Tokiomi had eyes on the fight, so if Kiritsugu had shot the teacher, everyone would have known, oh, okay, you're involved, and why are you involved? Oh, okay, maybe you're the real master, you know, it would have blown his cover. So it was a last resort thing. At first it was fine, but then everyone kind of showed up, and then the assassin was there, so like he preferred to stay in the shadows. That's his thing. That's his thing. And it's fine. I do hate the teacher, not because he stayed away, but because of what he said. So I was thinking during the episode, I really enjoy how there's absolutely or almost no hate, no no anger between the fighters. The masters have history. The families have history. They've been fighting each other for years. But those summons basically are great conquerors, great kings, great fighters. They are legends. Mm-hmm. They've been summoned to fight, to do what they, used to do back when they were alive, but they don't have feuds between each other, so they can look at each other and respect one another. I really enjoy that. I really enjoy that they can basically be like, fuck you, master. I respect that person. I don't want to fight him if I'm not, on this unequal grounds.
I think that they do know and realize that they are fighting in a war that is bigger than them. Like, it's the Holy Grail War.
Well, yeah, they know that, but some of them don't care. But what I mean by that, I think, is that I'm glad that even though some of the families might treat them as pawns, they're not pawns, and they know they're not pawns, and they still have some kind of influence, and they still want to do things a certain way. And I also like that there's a limit to how much you can force your fighter to do stuff, because it would be too easy, They are supposed to be the legend. Some of them brought their tempers and their pride.
Are you thinking about Gilgamesh?
Yes, sort of. But others, if you go against them so much that you have to force them to do your bidding, it's because you're not doing it right. Yeah. Can you imagine having to force Saber to do something, especially when she basically wants to win this for you? I'm like,
Yeah,
You got to-
that'd be. I think the only way to force something on Saber would be to save her life. You know.
Well, save her life.
if she wants badly to defeat an opponent because she wants to.
I don't think she's stupid though. Like
No,
she
yeah, that's the thing. But I think that to force Saber to do something will be because you want to save her. You don't want her to die against an opponent.
maybe yeah.
You know. That'd be the only way for me to think that they will use one of the order against her.
In any case, I really enjoy the all the pride and they come from another era and it shows, and I like that. And I love that they can respect one another and they understand that their enemies are basically legends too. At least some of them understand that their enemies are legends too, and they deserve respect.
That does remind me about something because we got Iskandar with King of Conquerors who almost conquered the whole world, and you got Gilgamesh, King of Kings.
He's the King of Kings. I
of
mixed
Kings,
them up.
yeah.
I mixed some of them up.
You see both of them, and I think that both of them used to be like really big and important during their time. But you got Gilgamesh on the right side, and he's so pompous shit.
Well, it's because first of all, their era is different.
Yeah.
They were not born in the same place, so the culture is different.
Yeah.
And they're different people. So it doesn't really matter. They both had their, they have a very different description of what winning is and what being powerful means. Conqueror Iskandar,
Iskandar, yeah.
he values courage. He values honor. He values, honor is also knight, but he values his strength. But he said it himself, to conquer the world without humiliating the enemy, to win a fight basically without cheating or without destroying and putting down, basically using tricks to destroy the confidence of your opponent. He likes to win in a fair fight, I feel, and I like that. And Gilgamesh gives me vibes of a guy who was given everything he ever earned, and that's why he's so pompous. I mean, he's a great warrior, surely. Yeah. He did great things, surely, in his life. I don't know how he became king, but I have a feeling that he's a rich boy, that he was given a lot.
Well,
and he thinks he owes. It's not about earning for him, it's about what he's been owed by the world. They owe me. I'm the one that deserves this because I'm the king.
In that case, though, do you think that maybe for Iskandar he had to earn his fame and his glory?
Well, he did through fighting.
Okay, so in that case, that might explain why both of them are so different with their attitude about being.
But for that to be true,
though, to other people,
For that to be true, we need to learn more about Gilgamesh's past. We do know that.
Well, we did see in the credits though Gilgamesh being on a throne with riches and treasures.
He is a king.
Yeah, and we saw Iskandar on his cart, saluting. What's the word again? Saluting people.
Bye.
Yeah. Saluting people and his fan and his people basically.
It's about deeds for him. I feel like you create your own legend. It's the things that you do will make you famous, and that's what he enjoys. Not saying that other conquerors cannot be pompous. Like we've seen in history kings that basically got their strength through conquerors. Conquerors kind of like Iskandar did. They fought, and that's how they became great. But it doesn't mean that they were not assholes behind the doors. That behind the scenes, it doesn't. One doesn't negate the other, or the other doesn't necessarily come with one. So it's just that Iskandar's way of seeing things is you earn the respect, you earn the right and the strength, and he did that, and he wants to keep doing that by being with those amazing fighters that he would respect. He'd be like, but then there's also a side of him that's like, you'll be my underlings, he's just good at saying it. So he does see himself as bigger and stronger and more important, but he doesn't show off, kind of like Gilgamesh does. Gilgamesh, who thinks that, even though those are also technically supposed to be legends, he's the only one that deserves to be praised out of all of them. So he's being
the Golden King, basically.
He's being an asshole about it.
Oh, yes.
So, they all have, and that's the thing, when I was saying they all brought their past with them, and they all are still the humans that he used to be, and I like that because they brought their personalities, And all of them were important. And the thing with important people is that they all have their pride. They all have their pride. You know, even Saber, you saw her when people were saying, oh, I didn't know the King of Knights was a girl and stuff. And she's like, not a girl, a little girl.
Not the same thing.
Oh, no, yeah. As soon as someone basically used her sex kind of to mock her, she turned berserk almost. Like, she was mad. Not berserk because she's still in control of her abilities and stuff, but she got mad. So they all have their pride. They all know that they did great things and that they deserve the praise, and their history is a thing, and people know their names because of what they did. So they all came with expecting the respect a little bit. It's just that some are more gracious at showing that pride.
Speaking about people who go berserk.
Yeah, he disturbs me.
We technically saw, first of all, with Lancer, how he was affected by the order to attack disgraciously Saber.
Well, yeah.
Well, she was wounded, and it was his fight. He wanted to fight one-on-one against her. So,
he didn't go berserk.
What do you think might happen for the one who got summoned as Berserker and doesn't have any control about what he's thinking and what he's
probably
doing?
Doesn't. I'm not sure he understands what's going on around him. Like, it's my first time watching this series, so I don't know if we have history of other fighters like this who were Berserker.
No spoiler, but the other.
Well, no, it's spoiler as soon as you say something that we haven't seen.
They're different. Both of them were different from the one that I saw. So I was surprised there.
Both of them?
The other Berserker that I saw in Fate's Day 9
was different from this
totally
one.
Different
well, of course, you summon a hero, and the hero takes on the role of Berserker, and by being the Berserker, one of his abilities, I guess, is that he loses all thoughts and all capabilities to, he can't think. He basically acts. And he lost control through the fight, and I think that's one of the bad things that can happen with Berserker. But also, being a Berserker gives him extra strength. He can use anything as his fucking... that's probably, though, the ability of the champion, but...
The Black Knight, yeah.
Yeah, still.
I was also surprised about the 3D design.
I thought it was funny, but you just know that when... Demon Slayer did it, and it's not that old. When did this come out?
No, it's not that old.
2011.
I do think that by using the 3D design, it helps.
It puts him in a category of his own.
Yeah. But it makes it look so much more crazy and
well, like I said,
unsteady.
Yeah,
so.
You know when someone shows up in 3D in an anime that it's gonna fucking be badass. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, I like this. I really enjoy the characters, and I'm very excited to see who's gonna win. I don't know who I'm rooting for though. Because I was rooting for Saber, and I think I still am, because I like Kiritsugu and his story, although with the mystery from 2 episodes ago, I'm still not really sure what to think of him, but I kind of like this group. But then Iskandar is kind of going this way in my esteem, so I'm like...
I would have rooted for Lancer, but not
no,
for
his
his
master. No, I root
master.
for Lancer. I don't root for his master.
Not for his master.
So...
And I do feel really bad about the uncle.
I also I feel bad for the
because
uncle.
And he seems more
for
his niece. So.
And you see it because he basically wanted to attack Tokiomi's champion more than the others. Yeah, because Tokiomi is the one who sold Sakura, right? It's in his family, so he's the one that caused this. So he's pissed off, and I get it, and he wants revenge on this, but I don't see him winning. That's why I'm like, I feel bad because I don't want him to die. I don't want him to lose, but I don't think he's gonna win. Yeah. So I don't know who. I'll be fine with, for example, Iskandar and Lancer. I'm calling him Lancer because I forgot his name, but I would be fine with them losing to someone like Saber if the fight was honorable and they enjoyed it. Like, I'd be fine with this. Saber, if she was to lose, I'd be sad. Although I need to learn more about the family that wants the Grail through this group of fighters, and Kiritsugu and his wife. Because if they are only being used and stuff like it, I don't know if I can support that. But at the same time, they seem to have a good reason for wanting the Grail, because Saber is basically helping them of her own accord. Like, she wants to grow for the same reasons. So I'm like, okay, if
She
Saber is okay with
She
it.
wants to protect Britain.
They also seem to want to protect Britain because she's fine with what they want to do with it.
Yeah.
Anyway, very excited for the next episode. So do you want to talk about anything else? Or?
No, I'm done.
So we'll move on. Thank you guys so much for watching this with us. My cat is right under the table. He's playing with my ankle. It's so funny. Anyway, thank you so much for watching this with us. If you want to see the next episode right away, it is on Patreon already. The link is in the description below.
And if you don't, wait for the next one to be out on YouTube, which will be next week. So
Yes.
see you then.
Bye!
Bye guys.